Hey everybody, Darren Cross here. This is the assignment video for your 2-2 simulation journal. So again, I want you to use the template for every written assignment unless I tell you something different. The reason why is because it will help you stay focused on the elements that you need to focus on. What I've experienced in the past with teaching past sections of this course is people get in and they just start talking and they really believe that they're saying stuff, and maybe they're intending to address different parts of the prompt, but I don't interpret it as such. And so we get into this battle of I didn't know that that's what you meant by this. And so if you stay focused with the headings, it'll keep you right on track. Again, download this template, use it exactly as it is, replace the red with stuff. You don't need to do anything. This is fine the way it is. Put your name, your date. Don't add any extra spaces. Don't add any logos. I do not want you to upload your results from the game. I do not need to see that. I don't want any of that. You don't need any figures or tables or anything in this journal. All you need to do is just go through these things, answer the questions, and you're good to go. And this one is super simple, especially compared to the last assignment, right? So it's just straightforward. We're going to do basically a paragraph for each one of these. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to go through the simulation. You're actually going to make the decisions that they're talking about there that they present you with. Then you're going to come to your journal and journal your experience. Okay. So this is what you're going to include. The first part here is your intro to the journal. You want to summarize in 1 or 2 sentences. Hold on. 1 or 2 sentences. Oh, this is I was reading this incorrectly. Okay, so you want to summarize what the simulation was all about and how well you did, right? So it's basically, hey, in this simulation, our goal was to sell honey, blah, blah, blah. I actually was able to achieve international status or whatever it is. Then you transition to a discussion of the elements below. When I say transition, what I'm saying is I want you to use a statement like, following is a discussion of, and always look at what the headings are. Following is a discussion of the value creation, competitive advantage, thought process, and discovery for my experience with the journal. Okay, that's how you set it up. It's real simple. This is the thing we're talking about. Here's a little bit extra information to let you know exactly what's relevant here, and then I'm going to tell you what we're going to discuss. All right, so this should be 1 paragraph, which is 3 to 5 sentences. Now, in the first part of the prompt says, talk about how the company did regarding value creation and competitive advantage. So what I did is I just broke them up. Each one is its own heading, right? So what you're going to do is first talk about value creation. What is value creation? This is what we're talking about with the value proposition that we've been talking about this whole time. It's the value that we create for the customer. And also, so there's 2 elements here, value creation and then across generations. So what we're trying to say here is, how well did the company do with regard to providing the customer with benefit across generations? Okay, so you need to focus in on what you think the value proposition is for the company. So in this section, describe what you think the value proposition is for the company, for the honey company. This is just a separate thing. This has nothing to do with your project. So for the company that you were making decisions for in the simulation, what is their value proposition? If you can't find it, that's fine. Make it up. You want to design that value proposition. And then you want to describe what your company did. Their value proposition was to deliver blah, 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 blah to this group of people. They did this by doing this activity, that activity, and the other activity. And I don't think that they did a good job. They could have done it better by doing this. That really is what this is about. 1 paragraph, 3 to 5 sentences, right? So what do you think their value proposition is? Briefly describe, like in 1 sentence, what they did, and then describe in a couple of more sentences how you think they did. Same thing with competitive advantage. In this section, describe what you think the competitive advantage is. What is competitive advantage? Well, competitive advantage is that thing that they're able to do or willing to do that other companies are not able or willing to do. And this gives them an edge on their competition. So what is their competitive advantage compared to the competition? Now, this isn't a quiz question, so it's not like I didn't see their competitive advantage. No, you need to assess based upon everything that you're reading. What do you think their competitive advantage was? And here's the thing: I'm not going to sit here and say that's dumb. That's not their competitive advantage. This is your conceptualization of their competitive advantage. As long as it is a competitive advantage, meaning it's something that they have, can do, or are doing well that other companies don't have, don't do well, or can't do, then I'm going to be okay with that if you put it forth as a competitive advantage. So you're going to describe what you think their competitive advantage is, and you're going to describe what your company did to develop that competitive advantage, and do you think that was a good job? So same kind of thing, 3 to 5 sentences. Okay? Then you're going to go into thought process. When we're saying thought process, what we're saying is specifically, did you think differently? In other words, did you think with the mindset of blue ocean strategy? What does that mean? It means that you were thinking about opportunity. You were thinking outside the box. You're thinking about differentiating yourself tremendously from everybody else. You were thinking about ways to actually make your competition irrelevant. Now, here's the tricky part about this, and this actually is the first time that I provided detailed templates for the journals. And so what I realized as I was doing this, as if you're looking at this video before you actually do the simulation, then yeah, you're probably going to be thinking differently. But that's good because I want you to think differently. Okay? But it's not just about saying I thought differently. It's about saying I thought differently in the specific ways. So you want to describe the extent to which you were thinking differently. Yes, I was thinking differently. What I was trying to do was this, and my idea was that this would set us apart or make the competition irrelevant. So you want to actually provide something, but still one paragraph, 3 to 5 sentences. Okay. Now, I'm putting this here before I give it to you. This will actually be fixed because this is an example of something that I see all the time. This is the next heading, discovery. And because we want to stay double spaced, right? We don't want to put extra spaces in here. A lot of people say, oh man, this just looks awkward. It's at the end of my page and we're supposed to stay double spaced. So now the thing that it describes is on the next page. No, a heading should always stay with the thing that it describes. So when you're in this situation, you can go ahead and add a couple of spaces to move that to the next page. If this page won't pick up the stuff, then you can move this to the next page. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and fix this now. I just wanted to demonstrate that to you. And if you are doing that, if you see that on any of your papers, go ahead and fix that, okay? So the final section is the discovery. What we're saying here is in this section, describe what you learned or discovered about making business decisions. Wow. I'm glad that I'm going through this. You're making business decisions as a result of your participation in the simulation. So after doing this simulation, I discovered that, or I learned that. Man, this is easy. This is give me points. You can get all of these points as long as you say those words. I discovered or I learned that. How am I going to judge what you discovered or learned? As long as you put that you learned or discovered something, man, you get those points. So if you stay focused on these elements, you're going to be in good shape. Okay? So make sure, you don't need any references or anything for this. So you don't have a reference page for this. So make sure you are sticking right to this. Don't add anything that we're not talking about. Get right to the point. Get in and get out. 1 paragraph per section, and you are done. Okay? So good luck, everybody. And if you need anything from me, please feel free to reach out. Good luck.